Samsung has given us a dilemma because we don't just have one great Note phone this year, we've got two. The 6.8-inch Galaxy Note 10 Plus and the smaller 6.3-inch Galaxy Note 10. Now these phones share the same core features, including Android 9 inside, the same Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 processor, same main cameras on the back and on the front, and of course that stylus tucked away. Now there are a few differences to the phone's specs and features beyond just the size. One of them is price. The Galaxy Note 10 Plus costs $1,100, while the smaller Note 10 costs about $950. So the question is, what do you get for $150, and is it worth it? The biggest difference between the Plus model and the regular model, of course, is the screen. This one is enormous. And while the size is actually pretty cumbersome, not as comfortable to hold as the other phone, it is the absolute best for watching videos and doing whatever it is that you're going to be doing on this screen. Viewing is top-notch. There's also an extra camera on the back. This is a 3D depth sensing camera. Right now that 3D depth camera really only does two things. There's an AR measuring app, and there's also 3D scanner, which you can use to scan an object and create a digital image of it. Neither one of them right now is very good. Got mixed results with both. I don't really think that you're going to be missing much by not having this extra camera on the back. It's those main cameras that are really going to matter most. Let's talk about storage for a second. You get two options with the Note 10 Plus, 256 and 512. You only get the first one with the regular Note 10. There's also micro SD card storage support on this phone that you don't get with a smaller device. I think that 256 gigabytes is pretty generous to begin with, and the average person isn't going to exceed that. But if you are a person who has a ton of videos, games, photos, and you want to keep them all on your device, then you're going to want to go with the larger phone. There's also more RAM on the larger phone, 12 gigabytes versus 8 on the Note 10. But again, I think that the average person isn't really going to see much of a difference there. The Note 10 Plus is a larger phone, and with it comes a larger battery inside, 4,300 milliamp versus 3,500 milliamp on the smaller phone. Does it make a difference? Yeah, but it depends what you're doing and what you're looking at. In CNET's video drain loop tests on airplane mode, this phone lasted much longer. But if you're going to be navigating, streaming video, games, music, then you're going to notice that your battery life is going to fade faster anyway. It's just nice to have more in reserve to begin with. That said, the Galaxy Note 10's battery life was still pretty good. We got 21 hours average on this larger phone when doing that video loop test, and about 18 hours on the other. So in real life, your mileage might vary, but these are both very good starting places. Now when it comes to charging the phones, they're both very well matched. They come with Samsung's 25-watt wired charger in the box, and that takes you from 0 to full pretty quickly, about 65 minutes on the larger phone and even faster on the smaller one. They both also have wireless charging capabilities, and they can share their power with other wireless-enabled devices. Now the one difference is that the Note 10 Plus will support Samsung's 45-watt charger, which you can buy for $50. The smaller one doesn't, but again, I think that's overkill. So what does $150 get you? A larger screen for sure, bigger battery, but battery life is still pretty good on both, and a couple extras. But for me, I actually prefer the smaller Note 10 for day-to-day use. The size feels a lot more comfortable. I feel like I've got a really good grip on it and I'm not going to drop it even without a case. I don't really think that I'm going to be missing out on a lot of those other features. I'm not really going to need the camera on the back. And yeah, it doesn't have a micro SD card slot, and that's unfortunate, but still, for the price that's sub $1,000, you're still getting a really premium phone here. And when I take all of the specs and the features and I compare them, even against the Galaxy S10 phones, and I did really love the Galaxy S10 Plus, if I look at all of those, this is still the one that I would pick.